Hello. Today I want to discuss I want to answer one of the questions that I'm often getting on Highway Wars about how to actually become a vampire in the game. So, first of all, to say that the game got a big update recently on the 2nd of November 2023, and this was over 27,000 new words. It's a free update. It expands the game in many ways. You can talk to the navigators, there are new paths through the game, there are bug fixes, etc. And anyway, there's been a lot of interest in the game, which I'm very happy about. And some people have asked me, well, actually, I heard that you can become a vampire. How do you actually go about doing that? Well, the first one third of the game is actually a road trip. You start in the city of Zamora and you go to the city of Magas. And at this point, the game branches out significantly. So there are different things that can happen, but let's say that two of the main branches in the game at this point is that you actually either go to the city of Burgos, which is one of the initial mission that you set out to do, but there is another possibility, that you actually go into the mountains. And if you want to actually become a vampire, what you have to do is follow the slavers. So the slavers have taken the engineer that you're trying to rescue prisoner. So if instead of rescuing him at Magas, you actually choose to follow them into the mountains, so you wait for the next day, and when they leave the city of Magas, then you follow them into the mountains, then you will eventually arrive to an abandoned United Nations base. There you will meet Aidan, which is an AI system, and this base is being attacked by these slavers, which is why they're using the engineer to try to improve the chances of getting into the base. Anyway, so once you meet Aidan, again, the game starts to branch. But one of the things that you can do is actually stay at the base. And eventually, Aidan will introduce you to, you'll get to a point where you will arrive to an area with Dr. Biardi, who is a vampire in a hibernation, is basically resting, and Aidan will give you different possibilities of what to do. Now, what you have to try to do at that point, is to deal with Dr. Biardi by fighting her, and if you do win this fight, then you can actually inject yourself with a serum that made her a vampire. To do this, you need to have a seriousness of. To succeed in that, you need to. Well, you can either be playing the game on very easy mode, otherwise you have to have a seriousness of over 55 and an aggressiveness of less than 45, and then you can succeed. Otherwise, you will succumb, you will fail, and you will basically become mad, enraged, and the game will end at that point. But if you meet these conditions, then you will become a vampire. You will become a lot better at driving, shooting, and hand-to-hand combat. Your cunning will also increase, and so will your maximum hit points. However, your hair will become white and your eyes will become red. So that part of the description will change if you want. And of course, you will need to consume blood, and this will be provided by Aidan. So at that point, you're forced into certain paths in the game. Although there's still quite a few things that you can do. The game does continue, and you can actually try to conquer the rest of the country. You can travel to another planet. You can attempt to restore the climate to its former state. So, of course, this is a dystopian future where the climate change has taken its toll on the planet, and large parts of the Iberian Peninsula have become a desert. So you can try to restore the climate. So anyway, I hope that has helped you to decide whether you want to try this game, and if you try this game, to try to go down this path. I've also recently started a Patreon page, Adrao Gamebooks. You can actually join that for free. I'm hoping to start running some polls about what kind of content people will like me to work on, and to use this Patreon as a way of creating more side missions or expansions for some of my games, and to do those according to the wishes of people. After all, it's you guys who are playing the game, my games, so I should let people have a bit more of a decision on what gets done. So thank you so much for listening.